Hello, everyone. I am your host, Winston Bartholomew Richards, and I am going to interview 2 out of the 4 members of the Bomb Boys. Let's go. Now, everyone, the 2 members we have of the Bomb Boys for the interview are sitting beside me. We have Jed, the main singer, and Joshua Xavier. I forgot your last name, man, but you're a great guitar player. But Jed, why do you consider Xavier your alter ego? Thank you, Bartholomew Winston Richards. Anyways, I consider Xavier my alter ego. Not out of any disrespect or anything, me and him, we are real cool. And yeah, we are just tight. We are locked in. But like we're kind of like the same person now that we think about it, Like, yeah, like when he's just like playing guitar, he chose to just play guitar, but like he could really do what I do and play guitar if he wanted to, but he chose to be like, you know what, I'm gonna step back, and he let me sing. I didn't expect him to. And originally it was him, Derek, and Gilgamesh, but then I joined. So then he was like, you know what, our songs are pretty complicated, so how about you sing? And I was like, whoa, me? All right, I'll do it, ratastical. But we're good. And what helped is that we were best friends before I even joined the band, And like, him, Derek, and Gilgamesh are a different story, but you're gonna have to hear that from him. Want me to pass it to him? Yes, please. All right, here's the microphone, Bartholomew Winston Richards. Thank you, Jed and Xavier. Before I give you the microphone, I have 2 questions to ask you. The first is, why do your guys' clothes change and your hair change with every time you guys perform? And it happened to all of you at once. And for Gilgamesh, it was a couple seconds later. But why is that? And the second question actually is, what is your relationship to Derek Lancaster and Gilgamesh? Incoming microphone to you, my alter ego, Xavier. Thank you, Jed. But anyways, Bartholomew Winston Richards, that happens. Our clothes and our hair change during. It doesn't only happen during our shows. It happens like during every day, Like we just change and change and change. We're always evolving. Yeah, we're just like that. We're people too, so yeah. But my relationship with Gilgamesh, I'll start with Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh just appeared one day. He just spawned in existence and just said, I'm part of the band now. So yeah, and and he was in the band. You know, drummers are very rare to come across because drummers are, you don't really find a lot of them in the wild, you know, which is why a lot of drummers go from band to band to band. You know, like it was even like that back then. You know, like I think, yeah, Bill Stevenson of the Descendants, he played with Black Flag a little bit, and he played with other bands. Being from the Descendants, he played with Black Flag and etc. And that just shows you how rare drummers can be, you know? And Gilgamesh was like that. He was that. You know, sometimes we had a different drummer each performance. Not each performance, but like, kind of like every fifth show we had a different drummer because Gilgamesh, you know, he was drumming for another band. You know, drummers are very rare. And yeah, they are like super hard to come by. But when you do, it is an experience. Because I never had experience playing with a drummer until I met Gilgamesh. And we just, like, the chemistry between the two of us with the guitar and the drums, it was just bam! It was just like that. It was so, like, we were always on beat together. We really were. And Derek Lancaster, he is a very interesting person, a great person, I'd say. And you know, it was very nice, you know, playing with him, that talented individual, you know? Yeah, but, you know, sometimes people just have to go separate ways, and that sucks, but yeah, you know, that man, we're looking for a new bass player. Right now, we're not even gonna go in the territory of a drummer, but we're looking for a new bass player. And maybe this time also a backing vocalist. And you know, we're trying. We're looking for one. All right, that is very good to hear. You two are looking for one. Yes, I had another microphone. All right. Yeah. You know, it's really good. It's a really good thing to, you know, see you guys, you know, still doing music and stuff. You know, even after losing a bass player and a drummer, you two are still going on to make music. I find that really, really tough. Gotta keep the music alive, man. I have an additional question for the both of you to answer. How would you guys say the difference between how guitar players manifest as opposed to how bass players manifest? Also, Jed, here is your microphone. Yeah, I know it's weirdly shaped, but yeah, take it. What the heck is he doing? Oh my god. Yeah, he gets like this sometimes. ask him what song he's listening to, and then he'll focus. Jed, give me your headphones. I want to know the song you're listening to. Yeah, your headphones. Let's see if this is good. Apologies, folks. We had to finish. We had to finish that song. But anyways, those two questions I asked the both of you on. What are your thoughts? Due to time constraints, I'll actually have to ask you two to shorten it down to one or the other. Guitar players or bass players? Now, you two choose, and what are your thoughts? Let's start with you, Jen. Alright, Bartholomew Winston Richards. Alright, you want to do B or G, or G or B, or GP, or BP? You know, like guitar players, bass players, BP, GP, alright, got it. Bass players, let's start there. Compared to guitar players, the manifestation of a bass player is much more slower than a guitar player. Because with guitar players, it's more so spontaneity. It was like that for Xavier. He can tell you he's right. And with bass players, it's a bit slower. At least from my experience and what I've seen while in the music scene, like, it was slower. Because, like, with a bass player, like, they really had to, like, get their fingers dirty. Yo, what? Bro, what are we talking about? To really be like, oh shoot, I really want to do this. I really want to play bass, you know? And yeah, I find that, you know, really interesting about bass players. Manifesting the bass players, you know? Like, they're usually some of the most stylish people. He ain't lying. He is not lying. One of the coolest people you could ever know, really. And like, yeah, you know, but that's bass players for you. Bass players, real cool people. Wait a minute, why is there sunlight? I don't know, man. Where did this sunlight come from? Man, you know what? It don't matter. But like bass players, right? They're usually like Jed already said everything, but like one thing I do notice with like up and coming bass players is how, like, one thing happens and they are going all in on bass. Their fingers dirty. Their fingers calluses. Their fingers hurt. Their tips.
Whoa.
Their fingertips are in pain. I think what he's trying to say is bass players are very stylish. Like, up and coming bass players are very stylish. You know, they're very funny. You know, they're very thoughtful. And if there's one thing that a lot of new bass players need is patience.
He's right.
A lot of patience. You know, sorry to cut you off there, Jed.
Oh,
but,
if I touch you, I'm wrong, right?
Like, as the other half, well, a quarter of the band, me and Derek, we made 50% of the band, you know, but like, bass players, especially up and coming bass players, they're just real cool. Like, yo, I can't even describe like all the bass players I've seen in my life, you know, the pros, the beginners, the intermediates, you know, like they're all just so good, especially the beginners, because like bass itself, it's kind of like a philosophy. Well, each instrument kind of has their own philosophy, but like with bass, you really gotta learn, hey, I can do this, and I can add a little bit of seasoning, you know? Like, that's how it is for any instrument, but it's most obvious with bass players, because they could just be playing the root notes and stuff, but you know, some decide to be like, you know what, I don't want to play just the root notes, let me do, you know, like, yeah, that's real cool, that's real rat-tastic. Hone it down, man. And yeah, bass players are just very good people. This is Bartholomew Winston Richards, and that is the interview of 2 out of 4 members of the Bomb Boys. And yes, and I also got a note from both Jed and Xavier to say happy birthday to someone. Yeah, I don't know who, but yeah, happy birthday. Yeah, I don't know why they added that, but yeah, don't know why it wasn't on camera, but hey, who knows? I'm an interviewer, I don't care. But our next interview will be with the CEOs and employees of Popeyes, and if not, McDonald's. See you next time, everyone.